Hey. Okay, so here's something I've never done before. Today I'm going to unbox this box, this unbelievably huge box, and talk about the art of Star Wars A New Hope, the manga by Hiso Tamaki. So this is actually a pretty early thing I have here because this doesn't release to the public until around June. But I backed this on Kickstarter. This was a Kickstarter project, believe it or not, from Dark Horse. You can see some volumes of theirs in the back there. Berserk is theirs, all the deluxe Trigun, Helsing. I might have more, but I don't remember. So you may think it odd that a publisher as big as them, and for a property as big as this being Star Wars, why would they need a Kickstarter? So this is a really interesting product. I think they did a Kickstarter because this is like a gamble. This is a very, very particular product that they are releasing here. So let's just open this box and I'll just tell you about what this is as we look at it. So again, this box is absolutely massive. I'm now standing up. I have to put it, this is not the table I would normally do something like this on, but this box just won't fit on the other table. Okay, so here we are. Okay, it's a box within a box, the classic. Okay, well, here's box number 2. Nothing to look at here. Let's get this open now. Damn, this is like, why is this so magnificent and like professional? I wasn't expecting this at all. What does this even look like? Oh my god, what? Why is it this big? Holy shit, guys. What? I was not ready for this. Oh my god, this is amazing. What? This is one of the nicest things I own, I think. This is crazy. What the hell, dude? So, something to note because of how mesmerized I am by this. This, I believe, is a Kickstarter exclusive version. Don't let this exactly be like a, you know, should I buy this based on this? Because not exactly what you're gonna get. You can look up what the actual one is. I feel like it's gonna be the same dimensions though. So let's go ahead and carefully open this. I think that this is easily the biggest book I have, at least in terms of like length and height. Okay. Wow, this is so nice, guys. Oh my god. So here it is. It's a nice thing on the front, as it houses 3 volumes, and I think these will be released over time for the public. I know the first volume's in June, and the second one, I don't know when the second one is, but I have them all now, which is cool. So let's just go ahead and take a look at one of these. Wow. These are nice, dude. Okay. This is so huge. All right, let me get in front of the camera so you have a better view of this now. Or I guess behind the camera, rather. Okay, so this is what the first volume looks like. Again, this is not actually what it will look like because this is a Kickstarter exclusive. But wow, am I glad I got it. So it's obviously Rebel themed. I assume the second novel or the second book will be Empire themed. This is amazing. Holy shit. Gold. Solid gold. You can't even open this. I'm kidding. It's just gold edges on the pages. So this is what we're rocking with. Interesting, huh? So the idea of this release is that, yeah, you get the whole manga. And this is it. This is the whole entire series of the A New Hope run of the manga, at least. It doesn't do Empire or Jedi yet. But it's completely in Japanese. It is just the Japanese version of the manga as it was submitted to whatever magazine publisher. So it's the actual, like, you know, printed on or drawn on the manga paper. It's kind of hard to see probably for you guys, but you got the page number at the top, and just like the text is, you can see it was just kind of like pasted on, or like it's a separate piece of paper that they put over top the word bubbles, and no English text, because this is first and foremost an art book. This is to look at the art in its original form, like its purest original form. So it is not translated, except I think, if I recall correctly, okay, maybe not, it might be in another book, in one of these other books, but I believe that it does include like margin translations somewhere. Like it'll show you at least what they're saying, but just not in the speech bubbles. So this is a very, very interesting release, and I can understand somebody who might be disappointed with this because this is a manga that I think it was printed in English a very long time ago, but it is long since out of print and not something you can just get anymore. So to have it re-released but have no way to read it, and let me actually get to the bottom of this before I say that with confidence. So that's this. Oh, it comes with a bookmark too, by the way, which is honestly semi-pointless because I mean you can't read this anyways unless you speak Japanese. So let's take a look at volume 2 to get a better idea of what's going on here. So yep, Empire themed, obviously, makes sense. Volume 2, and let's open her up. Yep, okay, same exact thing. So it just continues where it left off. The whole story of A New Hope within here, presented in, I think, such a cool way. I mean, it's just so cool to have this. The original drafts that were sent into the magazine before it went into publication, you can just look at them whenever you want. And that's why I felt the need to back this, because it's just like, what is this? You know, this is such an interesting product that I never would have considered wanting, but I do want it, and here it is, and I don't regret it. I think this is such a neat thing. Okay, so before I talk about like the whole thing as a whole, I said the word whole twice. Let's take a look at this last book and see what this is all about. I think I know what it is though. Yes, here it is. Okay, so in a very obtuse way, you can read it. This book, this third book, features the translations of the text. It shows it like a guide on what text bubble says what. Isn't that fascinating? So, in a way, you can read this, but it's a little whack because you'll essentially have to have 2 of these massive books open at all times. Oh wow, this is so cool. It shows like the envelopes that the pages were put in when they got sent to the publisher. That is so rad. And just like a little bit about Hiso Tamaki. So it's not a very informative book from the looks. Oh, well, actually, that's a lie. Here's a bunch of stuff. I guess this looks like interviews, some color pages. Oh, that's beautiful. Or volume covers, I think is what those are. That's very, very nice. Okay, there's actually some really cool stuff in here. Never mind. Character design sketches, the Japanese posters. Wow. Okay, there's some cool stuff in here. I don't want to show everything, but wow, there's some neat stuff. So, oh, it's got C-3PO on it. That's fun. So, again, incredibly interesting product. And I am of 2 minds with this because, yes, this is a really cool thing to have, and I don't regret backing this because it's just cool. Like, this is not something you see every day, and I love manga. So, getting to see, like, literally every aspect of a published manga. I get every single page that was submitted in its purest form. Is printed on paper, obviously, but this is as good as you're going to get without just getting the original manuscripts. With interviews and, you know, kind of a translation that you can sort of semi-follow. I think that's a really cool thing, but it's also frustrating to me, and I know I said this earlier as like a general statement, but it does apply to me as well. I don't know if this is the right move to just come out with this without having a release in mind or like planned for the manga with translated pages. So I have to wonder if this was some kind of workaround. Like maybe Disney wouldn't let Dark Horse just straight up re-release the manga, so they felt the need to do this weird workaround where you kind of get it again, but in a very obtuse way. Now again, I'm not super bothered because this is so unique. I'm kind of thankful if this is some kind of weird workaround. I'm sort of thankful it happened because like this is such a bizarre thing that will not ever happen again. I don't think this is going to start like a new wave. Like I know obviously Dark Horse started the deluxe edition wave, but I don't think we're going to suddenly start getting like art books of original manuscripts. I wish we would because this is ridiculously cool. I mean, just look at this. You can just see this is what Hiso Tamaki saw like in front of him. This is what he drew and sent in. It's so hard to put into words really, but I think this is a very neat product, but it is not for everyone. So if you're watching this as like a review of like, should I buy this? Oh, look, he used like whiteout here on this. You see that? On the Rebels vest? That's neat. But if you're using this as like a review or like a should I buy this type deal, I don't know. This definitely isn't for everyone. And I feel like the people that backed it on Kickstarter, that's who want this. I don't really know how this is gonna sell outside of that small pool of people. I mean, this did well on Kickstarter, by the way. This wasn't like a flop. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this thing. I just think it's really neat. And if you are into Star Wars and primarily just into manga, like manga publication, you're just fascinated by the process of manga like me, then yeah, I would check this out. But if you're somebody who wants to buy this with the intention of reading this manga, I think there are probably better ways to do so. Not legal, but you know, I'm sure you can do it. But hey, for what it's worth, this edition I got is very nice. And if the full like public release version is anywhere near as nice as this, damn, I would pick it up because this is really good, man. This is beautiful. Here's the other side. I don't know if I showed it. It just says, I think it's probably the same thing. It's just in Japanese under the bottom and the side, in case you want to see that. So yeah, that's all I got for this video. Thank you for watching. Just a little short bonus thing. I know 3 videos this week. That's kind of crazy. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts on this thing. You picking it up, let me know. I'm really curious what people think about this because it's such a weird thing. Remember, you can also become a channel member. You can click the join button to see which tier works for you. You can get things like early access to new videos, name in the credits, exclusive monthly videos. Check it out if you want. And of course, a special shout out to my super nice prisoners, the highest tier you can go. Thank you so much to DJ Tegan, Milu Kitty, Braden Farrell, Halfpipe, Rafker, the Cosmere64, Cosmic, Key to the Skies, Iliadis, Noobs Rock, and Dan. Thank you all so much for your support, and thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in whatever you decide to watch next. Take it easy.